So here I am once again, chugging away at Playtypes. Sorry, I'm trying to decide where I want to put this. I'm being indecisive on my choices. Okay, so let's close this guy up. So I'm slowly but surely kind of making progress. I made the mistake of trying to implement .tween in my panel, and you can see it's a little weird how it works. In fact, it barely works. It's displaying brokenly. So, and I haven't got it fully ironed out, obviously. I'm sure I can do it, but I'm not sure I want the roll-up effect. Like, these guys have the roll-up effect, but that's okay. Oh, by the way, I did make these lines wider because, well, they weren't very finger-friendly. I felt like they were too close together, and if you're playing on a mobile phone, because like if I go here, you know, you want to be able to click on these without accidentally clicking on other rows. So I decided it was better to space these out a little bit. Even though, you know, there's plenty of room on a big screen or a bigger screen. This is essentially what it's going to look like when I'm in simulator mode. And this is, of course, what gameplay mode would be, or PC mode would look like. I didn't realize, but my font looks like it's kind of blurs out when it gets bigger, doesn't it? Is that because my font is not rendering at a good level? Oh, it's clear there. Weird. So this is what the PC version of the game would look like, because I can make it bigger. And I'm also thinking I need to add a cancel button. I was going to just say, you know, if you click off the screen, you're good enough. That cancels it. But I'm starting to have second thoughts about that. So I keep trying to delete this. And you can see it's not quite working. Well, I mean, it is deleting it, but it's not. One of the things it's supposed to do is give me a confirmation. And alright, so we're gonna go. It's not giving me a confirmation, so we know that's not working. Let's see what it did. I did have code running that was taking a look at it. Yes. I'll have to step through myself and we'll see what's going on. And we're still getting this too in my playbook. I don't know why my playbook, which is weird because I don't actually load the playbook here. So wherever this is happening, let's close this. I'm going to reopen that and close my tab. I also got to, I'm trying to tie things up. I'm really close. I mean, my game plan is mostly working. I say mostly because there are definitely things. All right, there. Okay, so we're stopped. Okay. There are definitely things that are a little off. So I think I'm going to take this out because on my cleanup, which was there because Claude was littering my app with a bunch of temp files, and I don't know what that was all about, but I think they must have done something to stop it from doing that, because I'm not it's not deleting anything anymore when I do that, which is kind of the objective, the primary problem. So let's see if I can go over to Alright, so I think, I don't know, can I even, are you allowed to comment stuff out in JSON files? Maybe not. Well, I guess I will try. If I check it in right away, it'll be easy to find later if I decide it does need it. I don't know what Claude was doing. I think that was just something in one of the earlier versions of Claude Code. I think that's what was happening. I hope. And then it's gone now, so oops. Probably take that out. I think things take long because it's using this PowerShell thing. All right, let's go back over to here and see what the last thing I had it doing was. So that means I have to run this again, go to playbook. I just started. It's not got a problem at this moment, but I'm guessing it will when I do this. I don't know, it's formatting the data wrong or something. I don't know why it's doing that. It has to do with it's reading it. So I'm 99% sure it's still doing the same problem. Delete button. There it is. Is 4.6 that much better? I don't even know which one's uses less tokens, 4.6 or Sonic. Wait, what? Wait, I can't hit the limit. This is Copilot. Huh? What? This is Copilot. Did I open the wrong thing? That's weird. Huh. How do I... Huh? This is not using... This is using Copilot. I don't have hourly limits on Copilot. Don't know why. That's weird. I don't know why I said that. Weird. Learn about it. Did they add something that changed how this works now? Huh.
Hey there, Kenneth.
Hey, so I was just working in VS Code, and I have a Claude subscription and a GitHub Copilot subscription. And when I hit my token limit on Claude, I go use the GitHub Copilot. But I hit my token limit on the Claude code and went to GitHub Copilot, and it says I hit my limit in GitHub Copilot, which I know I don't because that's a monthly limit. And can you explain to me what's going on there? Does GitHub tie into Claude somehow now?
It sounds like there's been a recent uptick in how quickly GitHub Copilot consumes tokens, and you're definitely not the only one noticing it. A bunch of other users have reported similar concerns that their monthly quotas are draining way faster than they used to, even though they're not intendedly using it more. In fact, some folks mentioned that recent changes to how Copilot handles contacts and certain models might be causing heavier token burn. They also noted that updates from mid-2025 introduce new limits, and certain features may guzzle tokens more aggressively, especially if you're working on larger projects. So basically...
But the problem is these are two different services. I'm using GitHub Copilot, and Claude Code are two different services, and I'm paying for both separately. But when I hit the Claude Code limit, it's showing that I hit the limit in the Copilot, which I haven't even used.
Yeah, that does sound really confusing. Essentially, these two services, Quad Code and GitHub Copilot, should indeed be separate, like you typically have individual quotas for each. The issue you're describing over hitting a token limit on one service seems to affect the other. Definitely sounds like there might be some kind of backend mix-up or maybe a miscommunication between how the services are tracking you.
I think the problem here is that I see that it's got this in it. Let me see something. Does VS Code... Oh wait, does GitHub Copilot integrate with... Dang gummit, stop it. Does GitHub... What the heck? Why is that coming up? Does GitHub Copilot integrate Claude Code service now? Why does it seem to be tied to my Claude Code token usage? No, it's not the question. I think it's... Nope, that's not it. I don't think it knows. I think this is new. Nope, nope. If it did, it's just recent. And I got to figure out, I think somehow this is a new feature. This little thing here that says Claude. Is... Nope, that ain't it either. See, it changes to this. What the... Alright. I think it's doing something weird. Because if I go... I'm so confused. See, now I understand if it's this thing. That's that guy. But this should not be tying in to God. Stop it! Where is my... I'm so confused. Something is weird happening here. New. See, this looks more normal, I think. These errors are showing up at start in the FTZF UI. Alright, let's go back over here quick and go look at the console. I'm gonna have to move this guy back down to here though. And then I'll see the console shows here. No errors, technically. I still have 352 messages. I keep going in trying to clean this up. At one point, it was over 1,000. I had 999 it was hitting, which is the max this counter will go. And it's well beyond what it actually displays. But slowly but surely, if I were to actually let it keep processing as it goes, it would eventually hit the wall. So it's wait, did that just... Oh, it did just do this. Oh, this is still happening during the sync process. I know, because it just did this. I don't know why it does that. So weird. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know why this is being so awkward. And why can't I... Turn on always on top. Turn off compact mode. Move chat into secondary sidebar. Huh. Okay, so I don't know why. That's so weird. Huh. See, this one don't even have the cloud option. And then this one's regular old cloud. And somehow that could be cloud if it wants to be. I don't know. It's really weird. Yeah, there's some weirdness. I haven't quite figured out all the weirdness going on here. It's interesting though. If you look around, there's no little link or icon that has GitHub Copilot on it. GitHub Copilot. Oh, here it is. It's hidden right there. I didn't realize this was there. I'm learning something every day. So I was always just using the one that's over here, which tells you, you know, you can go here and go to consumptions, and this will tell you. So I'm only at 15%. I'm nowhere near hitting my limit, but somehow Claude was still in there doing something. Apparently you can connect Claude somehow to this. I don't know how it does that. I don't even know how it got there to begin with. It like jumped in there. I'm gonna have to remember the little delegate session option. Now I can see the fix needed. The primitive memory case handle the seconds and nanos format. Let me also check what type of values might come as the date value, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I hate that. Why does it do this? I hate this. This is stupid date processing. What am I going to do with that? I can't even read that. I wish it would never show that. This isn't doing that, is it? Us tasks. No, this one. No, this uses a normal date. At least that one does, but does Playbook do that? Because this is game plan. Mr. Bot! Nah, I had my fill of computer already. It only takes one to realize it doesn't really fit my diet, you know. So yeah, I think your prediction was it was pretty safe. It was a pretty safe prediction that I would not do that. Perhaps in another timeline, I had a bigger taste for it. Oh, did all my services blow up? I think all of them blew up. What the heck, man? What did I do that killed all my services? Something blew them all up. So it's playbook. Let's go look at my playbook here. It's nice to think that I play such a pivotal role in world events. Whoa. Well, you know, anything I can do to help. Why is my playbook? Oh, why is playbook empty? Weird. I mean, I don't think I have any. Well, probably because I don't have any actual playbooks. But I thought maybe I created a default playbook in the system. Init playbook. Yeah, default playbook. I mean, it doesn't have any plays because I haven't assigned any to it yet, but that's kind of weird. my playbook doesn't have any plays in it, but let's go over here and make sure I start off at the bottom. Get ideas? Yikes. I hope I'm not giving ideas. I hope I'm not giving ideas that world leaders would be impacted by. Oh, what is that? No. What is that? That is not what that is supposed to. What is that? Hello. I just found this counter in my counters collection of Mongo TV. Not sure what is using it, but it should not be the correct sequence for let's see here. So game plan counter is the game plan document USR_sequence. Sequence? Sequence. Nope. Oh, yeah. Please update so we aren't using the wrong. I will drop a new. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so this thing. Yeah, it is totally broken. To be clear, the man, I carry a lot of weight. Gonna make me really think about what I eat. Oh, should it be tuna today or peanut butter and jelly? Oh gosh, I don't want to break something in China or kill a pedestrian in Russia. Gotta eat the right foods. Boy, to think how important those foods can be sometimes. I don't know. Yeah, I think I misstepped somewhere because I was pretty sure that in a dream God told me I was going to be president one day. At this point, I'm starting to believe I must have maybe, I don't know, I had the wrong cereal some morning and he said, no, after that, no, different plans. We're changing things now. Okay, so now I guess I don't need to tell it this. It figured it out. Good. Man, you got to stay on top of AI. Man, I could just imagine if I was just like vibe coding this whole thing, where I'm literally just letting the code build everything. This would be such a mess. I mean, it would be ugly and non-performant, and it would just be an absolute disaster. And man, I'm constantly like, it's it's kind of like the AI is a train track with solid destinations and a train, but it's a train without those little grooves on the wheels that keep it on the track. So so you're constantly like just kind of nudging it, trying to keep it from falling off the track. You're just like no, not a little more left, no, right, left. And it's just doing this little bit, these little micro moves. And sometimes it gets on a good straightaway and it'll just get a lot done. And then it just kind of goes whoomp, dum, 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 off the side of the track. And you're like, no, wait, stop. Pull the train back, put it on the track, and let's try that again. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's not quite as bad as having no rims. Let's just think of it as maybe instead of having no rims, it just has really small ones that it takes very little for it to just go thump, and then it just drives off the side of the track. And you have to keep it from completely going over the ravine or off the bridge into the lake. Trying to avoid the pedestrian deaths, the civilian deaths, and explosions and mayhem that comes from completely going off the rails. Okay, so let's see. I think hopefully that's fixed. I won't have that nonsense anymore, and I'll dump this thing because that's dumb. All right. Now, what did it do? Did it fix this problem? Let's see. Timestamps have seconds. All right, so let's go ahead and rebuild everything, or restart everything. Like I said, I don't know why they stopped to begin with. I must have done something that killed everything. Alexa, turn on desk lamp. Smelling the banana because I'm afraid it's too green. Seeing if it smells like grass. If your banana smells like grass, it's too green. I'm very picky about my bananas. They need to be deep yellow with just a couple of specks of black on them. You know, I can deal with a pretty good sporadic number of dots, but once all those black dots start to merge, it's going over the edge, too ripe. Two hidden terminals, what? Who hid terminals? Why do I have hidden terminals? Weird. Well, hopefully the playbook problem is no longer a problem. Oh, the hidden ones must have been coming from the AI doing its little builds. Yeah. Oh, really? Gonna blame my banana for World War III? Nah. I doubt it does more than make a butterfly in Indonesia land and take a break. Or somebody discovered the how to bring dinosaurs back with DNA as a result of that. All right. Guess we'll see if we if that error comes back, because that's one that works off the auto sync. And then we'll close this. Dang it! Still not saving. Why are you not saving? What is going on, man? How annoying. Fast. Wake up fast tomorrow? That's kind of like almost an oxymoron, isn't it? Wake up fast tomorrow. I mean, really, you either wake up or you don't. Can you do it at any particular speed? I mean, you either wake up or you don't wake up. I don't know that there's a speed at which you wake up. There might be a level to which you wake up. I'm fully awake. Yeah, I'm only partially awake. And when are you fully awake? There's times in the morning where I'm not sure I ever get fully awake. And other days where I feel like, okay, I'm probably mostly fully awake. That may be tough. Now, I do often wake up at 2 a.m. But 1 a.m.'s not a commonality. 2 a.m., 4 a.m., sometimes 3 a.m. I usually just go back to sleep. I usually have to put eye drops in my eyes in the middle of the night. I've had to do that for decades. My eyes just dry out at night. I don't know why. It's really irritating. I have noticed, though, if I drink a lot of water before I go to bed, my eyes won't get as bad. They won't get really dry. So I try to make sure I drink before I go to bed. Problem is, there's a fine line between drinking so much and getting up multiple times at night and sleeping through the night and keeping just enough moisture in where your eyes aren't dried out. It's a very fine line. All right, so we're still failing on my saves here. So let's go see what's going on. So if I go here, a lot of things didn't happen with my last attempt to fix this. So we got to go, oh, it's not that one. Game plan. Nope. Here we go. All right, so we got the game plan UI manager. Do I have to put anything here? Nope. That has a situation panel. Do I have anything not compiling? Nope. It wouldn't be a non-compile, because if it was a non-compile, it would not work. So, game situation row loading indicator. The delete button, but that would game situation row prefab. There's no confirm. I don't have a confirm on here. I may have to add a confirm to the delete. Oh, wait a minute. That's not right. It's this guy. It's in the situation. Stellaris. You know, I think I have. I mean, I don't know that I've played it, but it sounds familiar. I mean, like I've heard of it. Oh yeah, that's like a what was the old game? Omega, not Omega. Orion, Masters of Orion, right? It's like a universal conquest game. Space exploration. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know. Yeah, okay. So this is the best space exploration game you've never played. That's me. I used to play Masters of Orion, and I thought it was a really cool game. I really did. But Masters of Orion is like old school stuff, right? It's like we're all, almost. It seems like nowadays a lot of these companies that make space exploration games will refer back to Masters of Orion as their, um, their motivation. But no, I've never actually played it. I haven't, I haven't played Oh look, you can get like all the Stellaris stuff for $316.55. Oh god. that's, that's for people who have money burning a hole in their pocket. I mean, that's like every little day thing. That's like everything that they ever had. Yeah, you could just to get the basic 4 for a mere $50. It is cool though. Why I assume why are you playing that game? Is that your game of the month or your what do they call it? Your current game game of the day? It does have some pretty nice looking graphics though for what it is. Wow, man, that's some serious war stuff going on there. You play the bad guys. So what does that mean? You're going around destroying everybody's worlds. You're just going out conquering everything. Explore reality full of wonders, sci-fi grand, interact with diverse alien races, discover new worlds with unexpected events, and expand the reach of your empire. Isn't everybody a bad guy? I mean, everybody's trying to expand, so in order to do so, unless you're doing it diplomatically, you're probably fighting everybody. I play a planet-based one that's kind of like that. It's called, which one is it? It's called Ever something. Ever dang it, what is it called? Let's see, these are the games I've been playing the most. The ones I call favorites are just ones that I haven't gotten sick of and kicked out of my favorites. Not all of them have I played recently, but I like them enough to call them favorites. Okay, so Endless Legend. This is one that's like a conquering game, a little bit like a Civilization slash, I don't know. I think it's probably like Stellaris, except you're on a planet, so it's not universal. I think it'd be interesting to try a universal one again. I haven't played one in a while. I always like tactical games, so I have a lot of XCOM in here, and then a friend of mine bought me couple of these interesting ones, like Shadow Tactics was actually a follower of mine who bought this for me when it was on sale. And then for Christmas, a friend of mine bought me Desperado, which is kind of the same thing. What makes them pure? That they're not human? Like the Cylons or the Borg, who are just like, everybody shall be assimilated. I always like games like Final Fantasy too. I've always liked that pick your attack kind of game where you just, I don't know, turn-based is just my thing because I'm I lack focus. I don't know if you've noticed that. When I'm streaming, I tend to kind of go off the rails sometimes in my in what I'm doing. So yeah, there's that. Why stop doing that? Why won't it save? All right, so let's go over here. So the situation, the delete button is not doing its job. So I need to go to my, all right, so we got horizontal scroll, viewport, content. All right, so, well, where's the script on this? Dang it. Is it on the prefab? Do I need to import it from the prefab? I shouldn't have to if it's already there. This is the situation row. Okay, there they are. So this is on the game situation row. Oh, so it's the row that's got the... But this isn't looking for the prefab at all, which is problematic. Game card prefab. Can't pop a confirmation up with my prefab in it if I don't actually have my prefab available. All right. So whatever happened, I need to Wait, did that? I am so confused. Why is this showing up here? Do I have two of these open? Ugh. Could have swore I just told it to fix this. Or did I? Wait. Maybe I already did. I mean, I probably have two windows open to this thing. Okay, yeah, there it is. All right, so let's go look at the history again. Sync function times graph. Can't find your image. Delete button is not working. Okay, so this is the other one I'm trying to fix. Oh, this is the one that just broke, just because. That's why that didn't fix. Let's just go back to this guy. Oh, wrong one. To this guy. Let's try, I don't know, maybe I can't use 4 point. I'm going to try Opus. Maybe Opus doesn't work, but we'll try it. Because last time I tried this, it failed. Let's see what it does. I don't know, which one's supposed to be better? Opus, right? Hey man, you too, Mr. Bot. I'll call you Robot. You enjoy your Solaris and good talking to you, man. I'll probably be back on later. You know me, I'm on at night, I'm on at day, I'm on I'm on even when I'm working on this, even when I'm not on either. Many times I have to like keep trying to squeeze in other home tasks just to feel like I'm getting other stuff done. I actually have been starting to apply for jobs again, both as a personal trainer and just because I'm tired of, I need to start making some money. Just, it's stressing me out. But you have a good one, Mr. Bot, and I will talk to you next time. All right, I'm just checking to see if this is lining up. It looks like it's okay. I still don't know why I'm getting weird weird output. So I'm thinking it's going to put in bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good night, Mr. Bot. It is time to go. Do, 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 do. Good night, Mr. Bot. It's time to go. Do, do, do. What is it? I hate to say it, but I really must. Oh. Something, something. Good night, bot, bot, good night. I can't remember that phrase. What was the one in the middle? Oh well, something like that. Nothing like getting serenaded when you're leaving. Can't promise that for everybody, but I'd gladly throw out my dulcet tones for the right people at the right time. Just depends on, you know, the mood and whether or not that's where I'm headed. So I was actually looking at putting up a post on Reddit. I'm trying to garner interest of getting people who like this type of game to start coming to my stream, so they can talk to me and tell me and give me feedback. You know, I need feedback from people who have an active interest in this type of game. So I've been going to Reddit trying to build. Well, to be fair, I've done very little. I keep wanting to build up some momentum there. I keep starting Reddit posts, and to be honest, I haven't actually completed very many of them because I keep saying, "Oh, I need to put an image in there," and then, bam, I don't put an image in there. It's like it's just sitting there. For example, I started this like 4 hours ago when I wrote the thing. I'm like, "Oh, I need images." So I came over to my code and started working on it so I can get some images, or at least one decent image of what it does, right? And here I am, having not put up a thing yet. I'm expecting this to add a serialized for my prefab, so I can add my. Let's close this. I'm expecting it to add the confirmation prefab. And I can't even get feedback on my visual changes from people. Everybody's like, you know, they're here for the first time, or I talk to them for a few minutes, and then I'm like, but what do you think of this versus the thing it was the other day? And they're like, I never saw it the other day. It's like, oh. I'm wondering if for consistency purposes, I should put the one that has all the yellow windows on the big building. I have for some reason AI gave me two, and put yellow windows on this building, on these, you know, on all these, and yellow ones on it. But I thought the blue ones looked nice, so I kept the blue ones. But it kind of throws it off because these ones are using yellow, so these ones have lit building lights, and these ones do not, which is kind of weird. How are we doing? We're still cranking away. Supposedly, a Copilot in VS Code can now use multiple agents, which is cool. It's not something it used to be able to do. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say good night, sweetheart, good night. Is it the Platters? They're one of my, I think it's the Platters. They sing my favorite version of White Christmas. Random fact for today. Ah, yes, I amuse me. Sometimes I amuse me just in the simplicity of my ability to just completely come up with random things to say. So it's Wednesday, and I haven't heard back from the people who are running the play I auditioned for. So I guess that means they didn't call me back for a part. They wanted people who apparently are good. I don't think I was terrible. If I do say so myself, I think I was pretty good. But then they threw at me a different part, and they only gave me like 3 lines in it to try out, and I couldn't. You can't act out lines that are only like, when I mean 3 lines, I mean like 3 one-line actions or words or phrases, and it's like you can't really act a character out with that, you know. You need like a whole sense of when the heck the smiley face points. What are smiley face points? Smiley face points? What game is this? Is this Ticket to Ride? Board. It must be Ticket to Ride because it looks like Ticket. Oh, weird. Smiley face points. I think those might be there. When did she send me this? My sister wrote me and asked me about a game that she's playing. It looks like Ticket to Ride. And this was like when? 7:50. Oh, I'm so off. Totally did not see this. That was Sunday. This is Thursday. It's not even. Wait a minute. Okay, I don't know when this was. So sorry, sis. Didn't even see this message. I don't even know what Thursday this was. Was this last Thursday that you sent me this? You know, I think the smiley face. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Let's just look it up.
Welcome back, Kenneth.
Hey, so playing the game Ticket to Ride. I think it's Ticket to Ride New York. And there's a little scorecard on it, and it has 5 lines. The top line is a smiley face, and then the next one is like how many cars you have, and then how much money, and so on and so forth. But we don't know what the smiley face is for. What scores do you put in on the smiley face row?
The classic, what's this mysterious icon supposed to mean situation. So in Ticket to Ride New York, that smiley face is actually for your completed destination tickets. Basically, every route or destination card you complete adds to your happiness score, if you will. So it's just a fun little way to track how many of those ticket objectives.
That's kind of what I figured. Hey sis, sorry I didn't really see that message. Obviously, I'm sure you figured it out by now, but that is actually your completed routes that you actually have. You get points for every route that you complete throughout the game, and that's just your total points for that. So, but that was what, last week. So I'm pretty, I don't even know if it was last week. I saw your message. I was browsing through my text messages and I saw it. And, you know, hey, you're always welcome to call. if you need somebody to answer you right away. Me, I'm bad at immediate responses because I don't even see my text sometimes. And unless I have a custom sound playing on your icon, I may not even acknowledge the buzz on my phone because all my notifications have the same buzz. So, yeah, I recommend just give me a call next time. And if I can figure it out, I'll let you know. I should probably give my sister a custom I want to put her in the bubble. We'll make her a starred person. Yeah. Okay, so she's a starred person, but it still doesn't, I still don't have a custom sound for her, but one thing at a time, I guess. Custom sound, I wouldn't know. So I like to think of something that relates to the person and then put that on their thing, but I don't know. I don't know her her interests enough, or the things that relate to them. All right, well, we got past that. Is this done yet? Are you done messing with stuff? Okay, so let's see what it says. Changes are complete. 3 files modified. Game plan model. .cs. Added JSON ignore to this core condition property. What the heck? Game plan model. JSON ignore to the score condition property. This prevents soft from serializing the score condition data rep to the backend, which the Go service doesn't understand. This was likely causing the put request button. Non-score condition. Huh? That can interfere with deserialization. What? What are you talking about? What does that have to do with my delete? Sometimes it does like this. It fixes stuff that has nothing to do. I don't even know what game plan. Oh, I know what model is. Oh, never mind. Added JSON ignore to the score condition. I don't even know what score condition is. What the heck is score condition? Game plan. Game plan model. Score condition. Oh, score condition. Really? Did I name it score condition? That is probably because I didn't know what else to name it. The score condition is the difference. The score state, I'd call it more like the score state. Like, are you behind by 10 or ahead by 20? What's the score state, score situation? But the whole thing is the situation that you're in, right? So it's kind of like, yeah, I just didn't know. There's probably a better word, but apparently I called it score condition. Well, what is it called in the back end? Okay, so maybe I should just try to map it correctly. Maybe that would be the thing. All right, so on the back end, my game plans have score, leading by. It's called leading by. And I translate it to -20. Okay, so I just need to rename it to leading by. And it's yeah. All right, well, let's see what else it did here. Confirmation panel fixed. Now shows the condition panel manager with this situation deleted from the game plan. Confirmed, deleted, cancel does nothing. Fixed order. I recovered. Did it not do what I thought it should do? Give me a call to add the prefab? On delete clicked. La la la. On delete situation. Delete clicked for situation. Okay. Go to definition. Cannot delete situation. Blah blah blah. Show confirmation panel before editing. Okay. Blah blah. Confirmation panel. That show confirmation. Confirmation panel manager dot instance. Oh. So I don't need to put the prefab on there. It just calls it directly. Wait. Huh. It's probably because it's set up as a singleton. Guess that would make sense. Okay, that's cool. Guess I don't need to worry about that then. I don't even know why. Then I probably don't need to do what I did. Oh well, I turned it into a prefab. Apparently I didn't need to. Okay. Show confirmation situation will be deleted. Blah blah blah. Execute delete situation. All right. Go to definition again. Game plan service is null. Current user game plan is null. Return. Game situation. Determine which game plan ID to use based on the situation source type. Deleting situation, blah blah blah. I don't know if I need this. I'm not a big fan of confirmation texts. AI is a big fan of confirmation logging. And yes, there are times to have confirmation logging, but I prefer failure logging. Things that didn't work, and then so if it gets an error or something that, even if it's not an error, like say you expected to do something, then you put in something that says, hey, this condition didn't happen, then you put in a log. But I don't like confirmation logging because it just really clutters your console. If everything's working and you have a bunch of confirmation logging on, you're just going to get hundreds. I had over 1,000 lines, and I had to go through and step by step walk through all the code and whack a bunch of stuff because I simply did not want it putting all this confirmation logging in. Like sending update, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's good to know that it's doing that, I guess, when I'm testing errors or testing stuff, but it's almost like I want to know if it fails more than I want to know if it succeeds. I'm going to leave that for now, only because what I end up wanting to do a lot of times is actually create a flag that I can put before all logs, and then I can just shut them all off if I want to, or shut off all the ones I don't want, like something like what I can call verbose logging. What is a lot of times what I'll do, I'll go private a bool verbose logging is true, and then I can just turn this little I'll just say verbose log. Okay, so that's good enough. And then I'll just do something like that, and then oh wait, that's not gonna work. Yeah, oh no, wait, that's good. Never mind. So we're gonna go there, and then everywhere that the log crap is, I could do something like log error, log error, log error. Everywhere that it's doing a non-error log like this, just go Control F. Oops. I say if verbose log, and then we just take this guy, put it there. What the heck? if verbose log this will make sure I hopefully this will make sure I only get errors and this, and then if I ever want to dump any of that crap, you just have to go in there and say, shut it off. Get it out of my face, man. I don't want it. And ultimately, what I might do is, well, I want to implement my system logging tool, which will actually also apply that to errors. But I'll do something, I'll create like a different flag that says something like log errors or something like that. Because these aren't logged, right? I mean, they're the console log, but if they're in production, they're useless, right? Because you don't want to have to reference a console to find errors. I'd much rather have it, you know, put in the database, so I can just do selects and stuff on the database. Show me all the errors that are coming up, and it'll dump them all out for me. All right, so let's see what this does. Let's go back here. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out how to get some good images. Maybe I'll throw a couple in, or I don't know. I got to come up with something. I got to make me a good thumbnail image. I wonder if you can drag. Can you drag and drop onto Reddit? Is that a thing? It's a nice big fantasy football logo, isn't it? It's huge. I don't know. I didn't think I had made it growable. I thought it was fixed, but maybe not. All right, so let's clear out this for now. I don't have any errors. That's good. Highlight border. Yeah, I got a lot of things there that need to be fixed. Okay. This poor thing. Can you even see it? Is it like on the screen even? Yeah, mostly. So I don't know if you can see in my little football desk field down here. This is a totally messed up goalposts. This one's not even centered on the goal line, and it's two posts. One with a little, I don't know what that is on the top. A helmet? And shadows coming off. That's interesting. But it's two poles that just go straight down. And then on the other side, the goalposts are really just what looks like a scoreboard thing that when it's also on the goal line. And for some reason, we've got a soccer circle in the middle of our football field. So, and our end zone over here is twice as wide as the one down here. It's got a line down the. So yeah, this is why AI images suck. And you look, all you artists out there who don't like AI, I get it. I don't like it either. I would love to do something better than this, but it's like, if you got, I mean, this looks nice, but I'm not an artist. So it's AI or volunteer artists at this point, because I have $0 to pay for this stuff. Well, I won't say zero, but I have a lot less than the amount it's going to cost to have professionals do this. So I know all you artists who hate AI and are saying that I'm taking work from you, and that's not true, because if it wasn't for AI, the work wouldn't get done. It's not a matter of AI or professional. It's a matter of AI or nothing is what it is. So those are my options. All right, where was I? I ranted, and now I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so we're gonna go back over here. I'm gonna clear this, and we're gonna run this guy. No errors. That's good. Only if I could get rid of this started UI manager. What the heck? I don't need that. How many would I get rid of if I just dumped the started UI manager and the delete button visibility? Wow. Huh, that's cool. It's telling me which line is getting the mark. Getting the mark of the delete. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, this shouldn't pop up right away, and it doesn't normally. Because I was editing it, and I keep forgetting to turn it off, so I have to make it close on its own. But I do want to fix this. Game situation row. Game situation row. And we're going to go... I'm going to do the same thing on this one. What did I say? Oops, I got to stop because I didn't save what I did. Darn me. Darn me, what are you doing? So we gotta go back here. I'll do the same thing. I'm gonna take this verbose log. Set false for to disable extraneous. It's just easy to do it all at once if I do it this way, and it's not ideal because fact is a lot of those they just need to be gotten rid of, not turned off, but rather they just need to not exist. So we hit stop. I've drank all my drink. Whoo, man. This cookie has 16 grams of protein in it, but 460 calories. I have, to measure it out, 16 grams of protein, 460 calories, 20 grams of protein, and 360 calories. And these probably taste better? No, I don't know if they taste better, but well, they might. I mean, they're pretty good. But this tastes more like a dessert. This tastes more like a dessert. Like a snack. It's just like two different desserts, but one's 100 calories more than the other, and you get less protein. So, is it good? I don't know. 16 is a good amount. It's more than you get in most cookies, right? And it's only 8 if you eat half. But I don't even eat a half usually. I usually eat it's kind of like fix the craving, and I fix it with just what amounts to maybe not even a third. They do lean towards protein bar flavor, but because they're slightly less, since they're less protein, you get the protein bar flavor without as much protein. Have you ever had a Quest bar? Quest bars are chewy. They're protein bars, like generically, but they only have like 100 and something calories, maybe 200 and some calories. Versus this guy is 360, which is a lot. But this kind of tastes like a Crunch bar. You know, like Nestle Crunch, except better for you. It's actually pretty good. I eat those a lot. Those are one of my favorite snacks. But I felt like cookie flavor. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Oh, I know what the problem is. I implemented, but I didn't. If verbose log true. And did I leave it at true? I did. And this is situation 1. Well, let's leave it for now. See how many it gets rid of later. We're going to clear this, and then we're going to see clear again, and then we're going to go here, clear again, and we'll dump a couple. Hey, it worked. Will be deleted. All right, delete it. What'd you do? Any errors? Game plan reloaded from server. That's fine. 12 filtered game situations for unit filter 1 in edit mode. Request headers have been sent. Oh, but we got some blow up. We got some error mess. Well, it's good. At least now we have errors, which we didn't get before that I'm aware of. So that gives me a fighting chance to find the problem. What is that thing? Is that like some kind of... I'm filling up my context window? So I think Claude has short-circuited everybody's context. I mean, it has been bad. It's like I fill it up in like 2 seconds now. I feel like it's even gone worse in the last couple weeks over what it was. Because I was able to get a fair amount done, even as late as January. And people were complaining in January. But I was able to get some pretty big chunks of stuff done. Now I can't get through a lot. It really burns through. Now, should I use a different form, a different model? Maybe. I might have to do that. Because it's not liking my usage levels. I don't know which model is better to use. Which one uses less of your context? Let me see here. Which uses less tokens? Opus 4 point whatever. What the heck? What are they? Oh, it's Opus 4.6 or Sonnet 4.5. Opus 4.6 or Sonnet 4.5. Oh. So just going back one version to 4.5 could make a difference. Huh. All right, I'll have to remember that when my stuff comes back. Okay, here's some interesting stuff for Claude Opus. Switch back to Opus 4.5. This is the most popular solution. 4.5 is pretty dang good, so I'm not too worried about that. People are actively jumping ship. Codex 5.3 is the most recommended alternative, with many finding it on par with or even better than Opus 4.6 and having much more generous limits. I can't switch to Codex because that means I have to. Well, if you're using, I don't even know if does dang Narbits, is that broken? Oh no, I just didn't. Never mind. Does this do Codex? Oh, it does do Codex. I could try Codex. I haven't really given Codex a chance yet. Maybe I'll do that. But still, I mean, even on here, Codex is a 1. And Claude, all the Claudes on here are terrible. But this is more efficient in Claude Code. So I'll probably use that. When I get back to Claude Code, maybe I'll switch it to 4.5 to see if I can change the LM. Claude Desktop is like Siri compared to Claude Code. Somebody's not impressed by Claude Desktop. Max. Holy cow, this guy's running 5 terminals at full speed on Max. I don't use Max. I mean, Max is $200 a month. I don't know how people can afford that. That is insane. Insane. How do you even... Okay, here's the problem with having that much going on at once with your AI. How do you keep it in check? How do you make sure it's not just crapping on your code? I have been just running what I run. I find myself constantly, I have an eyelash or something going on in my eye, and it's driving me bonkers. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Leave me alone. Maybe. So yeah, it's like, I don't know how people can let Claude just do that. Let any AI just go at it on their code. Because I feel like you're just asking for trouble. you're just going, nah, I don't think so. I am going very fast with my AI. Well, no, I only use 3% there. Of course, this is not using this is using Copilot, not using Claude Code. Which one am I closing? Game plan. Alright, I gotta turn this noise back on because it's bugging me. not as nice without the confirmations, but one or two at a time. I just don't want situations to get dumped by accident or somebody clicks and goes, oh, that's what that does. It wipes out the situation. Dang, what was it again? At least then you hit delete and you go, oh, I know that. Alright, so that leaves me with 3, 6, 7, 8. And I won't know because it catches everything if that's right until I thought I got that. I like this background, but I haven't been able to get off the beat. It's not off the beat because this is actually game related, so I'm not totally off track. But I want to upload a different thing. I was just taking it out, and I think it actually works to just take it out. But I don't know how that is all that great because I've seen images of stuff. So like, so this is the one I have that's the lights on. This is like a darker version. I don't like this because it doesn't have enough contrast. It's not. But the lights here are all yellow, and it just makes it more. But I'm going to go. without me telling it specifically what the aesthetic is. So I'm going to see if it can just read the aesthetic of one and apply it to the other. Don't know if it can do that. It might be outside of this realm, but now I have broken my rule again. I'm over 1 hour for this. But the other option is I go in here, and regardless of what that says, I go to my type selected actually give you the same clouds. Almost the same clouds. Now maybe not quite, but it's pretty similar. It does brighten it up, but I feel like it's still a little out. Because it applied the aesthetic to the world, to the sky and the sea, but it didn't apply it to the characters, so we're all kind of the same. I don't know if I wonder if I can do it. So let's edit the thinking it'll break this. I'm thinking the characters are all going to get whacked. Some form of blown to pieces. Says me anyway. But I do kind of like this, and I prefer this over what I have. So I'll probably download this because it is usable. And you know, some of these screens is kind of the preferred. What? No. Totally missed my. No. What the heck, dude? All it did is give me the same guy. What did it do exactly? It just changed my guy. That's like the same guy. It's not even changed. I'm not even sure how that's different from what I gave you. Like, this one's a little darker. I don't even know. Maybe it's a little less color. Let's try one more wording. Let's see if I can do one more wording that does this better. So it kind of did that. I'm not even sure how I want to reword this. Alright, I know. Let's go read it. And then we take my descriptor that I have set up for this kind of see what that's. Okay, so this calls it out. I don't know. Maybe the image can't identify the. I mean, I don't know how good it is going to be at identifying stuff. This text that I gave it is kind of the one I've been using. It seems to be pretty good at building the sort of scenes I need. Pretty good text I've got. Actually, that's not bad. Except it turned everybody, gave me back the gold effect. But beyond that, I do like how it came up with it. It needs to be brighter. It's too yellow though. Why does everything always have to be yellow? It's almost like they gave me a yellow energetic border. glowing is throwing it off. See how long it takes? I mean, people say there's no work or creativity or design in creating AI images are nuts. It's not like you just said, hey, give me this, and it's right there. There's no work, you're done. No learning to reword, rethink, refocus. I think I really just want to yell at artists and say that AI is really good. Maybe in some cases it's almost like it. But I think in a lot of cases it's really, oh yeah, I think I like that one. Which one is better? Probably this one wouldn't be bad if this guy wasn't so overly dramatic. This one might be the better one. Besides, I'm gonna have it fall a little bit like this. My field in the background is becoming less and less of a field, but I think what this one says. Probably not the best. It's gonna get screwed up. It's not the right aspect. if I want this to allow fading this, fading this, we're not fading over the top. I would have to create a channel from too bad. I do need to fix my league play and coaching mode, and I even think I'm going to add the streamer button. I wasn't going to add streamer to the actual thing, but I think it can work. He says with humongous question mark in his head. I think it can work. What I was thinking at one point with my streamer functionality can only be done on the web. But what I'm guessing will end up having to happen if I want it to work this way is for it to run by way of I want it to run by way of screen sharing or by app sharing or something like that. Because really all you're doing is putting the screen on. And if you're doing it by web, it would also be, just, you have to share that web page, so it's still staying out there. So you're really just displaying what the game's doing, which you could do with any game. But the streamer game, the whole point of the streamer game functionality is that it opens it up to input by your chat group. And it's listening for responses by the chat. Like, if you're watching this stream, you could, like, if the game is running on my screen and I have it set up as a streamer game, you would be able to do things like sub in activity, and it would put your ID would become that person. And for the rest of the game, you are that player. Barring getting hurt, in which case someone else comes in. You get kicked out. You're injured during the game. But what's cool is on the back end, it'll keep your stats. So anytime you can come in, you can enter in like my stats or something to that effect. I have to come up with the command, but you would enter it in and it passes it back to the server. The server returns, blah blah blah. And if you sub in at running back or quarterback or receiver, it'll just show you all your stats across what have been your stats when you're subbing in games. The only thing is you can't sub in for a player who's already from chat. So if I had 20,000 people, you may only see so many people. You could say something to the effect of back backup QB. And if something happens to the QB, or if the QB has to rest. That's the thing. Anyway, so cool. All right, so I got that kind of updated. I get a happy update. I'm trying to continue to move towards the new style. Old style stuff. I do have a few things I still need to work on, but like my field back here needs to be an actual football field. I don't know what that is. It looks like a couple of poles in the background, but yeah, you know, we're getting there. Somebody with some talent can maybe figure out how to put a football field in there. I'm not that guy, but somebody might be able to take this image and draw in football field. I don't know. I'm sure it's possible. Like I would need to get a football field and somehow shape it. I could fix this. Let's go. Most of these buttons broke them. I don't know, they're not opening the thing. I think there are other types too. I got league play, streamer game, coach mode, quick play, scrimmage, and head-to-head. I felt like there was another one. But I really do it. I think it's actually starting to look like a real thing. You know, it's not just talk anymore. It's starting to look like I'm really getting somewhere, I promise. Now this may have limits on how big an image. Some of these things don't like me putting stuff in. Make it smaller. Alright, so let's take where's my YouTube channel? I don't know what my YouTube stream is. Hey, if anybody wants to go on to my Reddit here, or to my Reddit, it's not actually my Reddit thread, but it says, hey, promote your own thing, so I'm going to promote my own thing. I need to get reminders and stuff to go back every Wednesday and look at the progress we got. I got to do this for like a bunch of different Reddit threads. Gotta start just kind of getting my word out there. This is roster management, but who the heck is the team? Oh, it's loading the team from the player. Oh, okay, wait, that's not the playbook. That's the roster. It doesn't have anything in it, because why would it? None of my playbooks have anything in it. Oh, can't expect too much out of that. So if this thing is not loading its play. This is the one I'm trying to figure out how to make it less of a shock change. It's like if I go to these guys, you know, they're all smoothly kind of doing their nice transitions, but then I go here and there's a blink. It's like I need to fade out, fade in or something. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to fade this in instead of just swap it on. I don't know what stuff can happen simultaneously. It'd be interesting to see if I can make that smoothly make the Oh, I know what just happened. Oh, don't do that. I'm putting my ring on. I'm putting it on the wrong hand. I'm going, this kind of tight. That finger is like, that finger, that doesn't go on me. I don't have 20 years of, This finger has been taught how to wear this. This finger needs rings that are a little bigger because it's like, no. Already been form fitted to my hand. I know, I'm just like, stop it! Stay on task. Stay on target. Stay on target. Hey, I can do this again. Let's, right, so we'll say stop and wait, because I have to. But my time is But let's try to see if I can change the model. I'm going to go to I'm using 4 point. That's 4 point. Trying to update it. Okay, so let's run this. I went to go see the Japan news yesterday. It's pretty good. Is that the right version? I don't even know if that's the right version. might have. Sometimes you have to like download it first. 2.1.14. This is 2.1.39. Why didn't it work? Maybe I need to shut it down. Hoping that's all it is. Otherwise, that's 4.6. Opus 4.6 repair, $50 free charge user, extra usage for like, yeah. I don't know, man. Wait a minute. Because I'm afraid. I don't know what. What does continue working actively related to enabling this feature and avoid service interruptions in terms of main conditions. However, unenabled, you are blocked on hitting limits, but are instead moved into a pay-as-you-go model. No, see, I don't want to do that. I don't mind the $50 thing. I just want to stop it. You prepay by adding funds. Wallet. Enable cloud code will notify you when you hit a limit and ask if you want to switch to extra use. You can set monthly spending caps and auto reload. Just spin it up. Right, change settings. Right, go to settings, use settings. There's no usage here. Set up those users. And then what I gotta do is spin until I hit it. And then when I hit it, turn it off. Turn off auto reload. Right, so I go to use, and then you should see a banner that's for how they do that, but boy, it's dangerous. Click the pencil icon next to your current payment method to update your card information. Enter your new card details in the update payment. man, I'm making some good progress. Trying to use this 4 points, this credit for you. But no, man, I'm getting there. Getting decent amount of progress. You know, I'm getting things to start loading. I got my roster loading. And I haven't got the playbook fully functional yet because all it is set in place. Oh, sorry. Oh, you know what? The problem is that there, that should be quieter. But yeah, I got things kind of progressing pretty good. You can see I've changed my images to lighten them up a little bit, make it look a little bit brighter, a little bit more, I don't know, energetic. I think the old fantasy looked kind of blah, like it was just not quite doing the trick for me. But I'm trying to get my game plan working so I can get these set up. So that I can start doing my simulation, but I can't do it with these things. So I have 7. Let's close this. See if it still says 7. Yeah, I like it a lot more too. It just looks cleaner, brighter, and just it fits the aesthetic of what I'm going for a lot more. So yeah, I've been trying to brighten up all my icons. I had them in that generic fantasy style, but it just looked too dark and kind of subdued. I didn't like that. So I'm trying to put a more energetic look on it. I still got to update 2 of these icons. You can see 2 of these do not belong here, as the Sesame Street saying goes. Once I get my game plan saving and doing its thing and updating and deleting the way it's supposed to, then I can move on to creating the actual game plan. But I got one more thing the game plan needs to do, and that's add plays. And I've got it setting up so it adds play types, which is probably all I need. But I would like it to be able to do plays. I need to transition on here better too. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I might try to do a dot tween thing where it fades in, because you see it kind of has a smooth transition, but these guys, notice I added a sound effect too. So it's kind of just a nice smooth transition between these, but then I click here and it just goes plunk. It's just like it's just not very, I don't know. It feels clunky the way it goes off. I mean, it's really that way even if I just go here. I want it to maybe fade out. You know, so it just doesn't seem so awkward. And going from here to here, it stays that and then it swaps. So it's extra clunky because we're doing a changeover to the other scene as well. So anyway, yeah, I got it. Oh, is that actually? No, it's just clicking. I also am missing my glow effect, which is annoying me. I need my glow effect. I don't know what happened to that. And my little settings thing disappeared too. So I've got a couple of, yeah, kind of, but I would like it to be a little less like that. I want to actually just move into the next scene a little bit more. I know it's a lot of games do that, right? You change pages and it just pop. It's just pop, pop, pop. The thing is, if you're going to do a transition, You either need to transition everywhere or transition nowhere. This way it doesn't feel like a change of flow. You have a nice, you got these nice transitions, and then all of a sudden it's pop. It's like, it breaks the aesthetic. So, but if you're just pop, 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 if every page is just a change between screens, then you get used to it. That's the aesthetic. You're used to that changeover. But it's got to be an all or nothing. I don't think you can do you can't be doing half swaps. And I like the transitions. They look better. They're smoother, and I'm hoping to be able to implement that. But I do need to get some of my stuff. I'm still working on, while I'm doing this, getting things fixed. So it does look like it's saved. Nice. Okay, so I'm actually getting to that point where everything is doing what it's supposed to. So now what I need to do is start creating an actual game plan that actually uses valid values, not just randomly set up stuff. Which means I might even need to put together a piece of paper that tells me what everything is. So first of all, the most basic of needs is to have a first down. Every first down, no matter how far you have to go, let's just say less than 98. Which, by the way, 98 is the most yards you can have to go to get a first down. And less than 99. 99 is the most you can go to get a score. And then we don't need minutes left, can be anything really. I don't even need just say 0. And we'll just say we'll just set that to 0. I don't know what to put in there. That should be nothing, but I'll have to fix that. So then we're going to say for first down, we'll just say run. We'll be boring, run middle. And that of course requires me to have at least a running back. And let's go ahead and have a tight end. We'll make this a one tight end scenario, and then we'll set it. And we'll give us some options. Let's go ahead and do a pass short also. And then we'll do that same run and tight end option. And we'll say save new. Oh, that didn't. Oh. Interesting. Oh, it's because I did it as a user. Whoops. Swap over the default. Okay, so the way I'm doing it, the user only sees user. Okay. So when a regular person's playing, a not me player, this whole menu here doesn't exist. You just see what you see. It's just what's viewable to you. And therefore you can't really edit or save or do anything to the default. And oh, hey, give me your opinion on this, FBL. All right, so my thought is I'm thinking about going away from the team game plan and playbook, and instead just having a coach game plan and playbook. So every time I create a coach, I can assign him a playbook or a game plan, whatever. And then every team, every AI team, including you, I mean, you can even, you'll be hiring coaches as well. Well, they come in with their own game plan and playbook. And then you get to have your playbook, the user playbook, will take kind of a, depending on the coach, the ability and the style of the coach, you're basically blending your game plan with the coach's game plan. And so my thought is, instead of having a team game plan, which I was thinking about doing anyway, just having like a team game plan and then I'd have coaches game plans, which means I basically have two other game plans. But I was thinking then the coaches would be a lot less they'd contribute less, you know, just some abilities and some stuff, and then they would have their little bit of tweaks that they would add to and affect a game plan with. But then I started thinking, what is the team game plan? So essentially the goal is to make my coaches like an AI. All the coaches have a certain kind of functionality that allows them to tweak, edit, adjust a game plan. And they just have their, like you, they have a game plan that's assigned to them in the league. And when they're coaching, so if you hire them, they bring their game plan, even if they built it and devised it for another team, they bring that game plan with them to your team. So if they get fired or hired or whatever, you bring them in. But you don't know what their game plan and playbook is like. All you know is the coach's special abilities. You know, whether or not they're going to be malleable to your choices, which basically means your game plan gets a higher priority, or if they're going to want more control. So when you hire these coaches, you'll be choosing whether or not you want this coach that's malleable, or he has an ability to help players be more motivated, but he also comes with his own game plan and coaching style, which is all kind of under the cover stuff. Except it might have something like prefers passing game or plays high risk football or something like that. So he might go for it more on fourth downs, or he might throw longer passes if he's high risk, or he might, he likes to coach pocket passing, which means he'd pick a lot of plays that are pocket passing. And so, different things like that. And same with offensive coordinators and everybody. They all have their own little tweaks and things that go in, and you pick it. And they have a grander effect, but it's not fixed. There will be actual logic in there that goes, okay, well, start reviewing plays as they happen, or as your team is doing certain things, what's successful, what's not, start adjusting the game plan. But it's only going to adjust his game plan. So depending on the way your game plan is set up and the kind of coach you have will depend on how much his changes and stuff have an effect on the game. But you're actually getting a coach that's actually actively doing something. Most of these games, when you get a coach, you don't actually have a coach that's actively doing anything. He might give a bonus to your players, or he might have this one little effect in the game that's doing something, but it's not like he's not adjusting or tweaking or doing anything. So the idea is that my coaches are actual AIs of sorts. Like I said, it's not going to be LLM level. It's going to be just logic level. I'm going to say, well, if this is this and that is that. Well, the user will be doing stuff like they will draft players. They're basically playing the GM role, the general manager, right? So they're going to they can build their own game plan, and if they hire a coach that's malleable, like maybe you hire a rookie coach. So a rookie coach would be somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience in the league, and they're going to follow your game plan a lot closer. But the more experienced a coach gets and the more they learn, the more they may want to have more control, which will raise their percentage level, but only based on whether or not that's agreed upon. Like maybe you have a coaching contract with them. You hire a coach for 3 years. He will play the same way for 3 years. And then, yes, the coach can go, well, yeah. I mean, if you're a GM, you hire a coach. He doesn't always call the play the GM wants him to play. But it depends on the coach. Like I said, some of them are going to put your stuff, your game plan, higher priority. Because what's going to happen is the way the game is set up, the player, or when a play goes to run, a situation gets ran through the game plan, which is a combination of yours, the coach, and then the default. And the default has a slot. So it's always going to pick the default option. Not to play, but as one of the options. And then the coach is going to pick 2 plays from your playbook, each one with its own percentage. So that's your favored play. If you have favored play set up, those will be the 2 items. Or if you have a play type and a favored play, it won't do all 4 of them, but it'll pick These are like filters for favored play, which just allows you to pick a specific play. But if you're okay with just doing like a 1-1 run middle play types, it'll pick a play that is run middle and it'll put it on there. But if you're playing a malleable coach, that means you're going to get like a 60 to 70% chance that one of your plays is going to get picked. Really high chance, maybe even 80%. I don't know, it's really high. I'll tweak that. I mean, obviously nothing's fixed yet. I want to make sure it comes out right. But then you pick a coach with experience, one where he's got a little bit more AI. Maybe your odds are going to drop a little bit. Like maybe he picks, there's a chance of him picking your play at 60% or 65% or some lower amount. And so your odds are a little less, and then his plays become a little bit more, and then the default will be a little lower than that. So it's kind of like a scaling scenario. So you hire a coach that gives you as much control over your game plan as you want. Will there be 100%? Probably not. But like a rookie coach might be able to give you like an 80% chance or some really high amount, or 90, like I said, I have to play with it, kind of get the effect and feel I want. But ultimately you are still hiring a coach, and the coach is still picking the plays. But he'll pick your plays more often if you hire that kind of coach. But maybe that kind of coach, that's his bonus, right? That's his thing. He lets you choose a lot more stuff, give you a lot more control. But if you want a coach that maybe gives a little bit more bonus to the players, he's very motivational, or maybe he's great at defense and certain players get tweaks on defense, or maybe, all these different options that a coach could possibly give. Maybe a more experienced coach is better or gives more of those things. So you have to give up a little bit of your control in your game plan to get a coach that's going to give your players more bonuses, or the bonuses you want. Now you also have full control over what plays you have in your playbook. So you get to build your playbook, but your playbook is going to grow over time. Like when you first start playing, you're going to have only what's in the default playbook, because that comes as part of the game plan, which is probably only about 10 or 15 plays. But as you start playing through like the practice sessions, or not the practice sessions, the training league, and then over time you'll keep earning different achievements that'll give you more and more plays to play with. And then you have your roster, which is everybody on your team. But you'll also be able to, there'll be drafts where you get to add new players at the beginning of each season. And then my supplemental drafts are going to be a little different from like a real supplemental drafts. The supplemental drafts are going to introduce new players that aren't rookies. So like when you do a draft, you're going to draft rookies from various seasons, right? Because my game is not planning, or at least not at this time, I'm not going to have made up players. I may in time have to do that if I feel like there's not enough players to go around, but I'm going to put a lot of players in, hopefully have a lot of rookies, be able to work this out. Some of those players are going to be, I have a system set up for how, or planned for how I want to make all the rookies get their stats, because they're not going to be built off of more than 1 year of stats, because rookies in my game are 1 year are 1 year experienced players from the NFL. So they're going to get their base stats, plus whatever potential comes from whatever position they were drafted at. So they were drafted as a quarterback at the number 1 slot in the draft. They're going to have a higher potential. And then, so as that goes down, the potential changes based on each player position in the draft. So if you were a 7th round draft pick, you're going to have a lower potential. But potential is not fixed. Potential is, if your guy comes out and he has a great play, or a great game, sorry, if he has a great game, it'll make a minor tweak to his potential. So it's like, so he get to move up only within the range of his potential at any given time. That's potential has an effect on his success chances. That's really what it's doing. It's changing their success opportunities. And the more they succeed on any kind of test, or they call skill check during the game, every time they succeed, they have a chance to move up on that potential. But if they keep succeeding and it pushes it, their potential will actually grow. So you could actually get a 7th round draft pick who has a streak of success that starts to prove that he's better than was thought, and his potential goes up. Therefore, allowing for a chance for like a Terrell Davis, who was a 6th round draft pick and ended up being a Hall of Famer. You know, by the time he retired, his potential was through the roof, right? He was dominating the league. Everybody who drafted him at 6 was probably like, yeah, you know, his potential's mediocre, but hey, we'll try it. And then, of course, he goes off and breaks records and takes Denver to win the Super Bowl and wins the MVP and does all kinds of other stuff. And so his potential was ratcheting. They were realizing he was way better than they thought. So that's what I'm going to have. You won't. Potential's not a fixed value in my game. It's a determined value based on where they started or where they were originally starting and how they actually perform. And as that potential goes up, they have a better chance at performing better because it's going to keep giving them better chances and it's going to start showing more. And a player can snowball into having a great career even from a low draft pick. But at the same time, those players may succeed less often based on the lower starting potential. But anyway, so that's the concept I'm building out to it. And you're going to be able to draft players and, you know, look at, I'm going to have a lot more on here. Like when you click on this card, it'll flip over and it'll show you his stats. Like this guy is a wide receiver. So it'll have his pass, his targets, drops, his average yards per gain. And I'm trying to even decide how I can show their what do you call it? Their play masteries. What plays have they? How many plays have they mastered? Because play mastery is a bonus that players get as they get better at running certain plays, and that all comes from just playing them. So you'll put them in a playbook or whatever. So I need to adjust this though. I don't really like the way my roster lays out because I want people to be able to sort on stats. Plus, I have this weird bug. See how all of my skills show up as, or all of my text show up as almost readable, except the first one, which is like microscopic. Why is the first one coming out microscopic? I don't know what's doing. So I got to check what's happening. That this first card, doesn't matter which one it's on, it's always got this microscopic text. So there's something weird going on there. Obviously, a few little problems. But and plus, all of them say 0 years of experience, which is also wrong. I got a few little quirks I gotta iron out there, but we're getting there. One thing at a time. So I've been trying to decide how I want these guys to sort, because I want people to be able to, like, say they want to look at the hands of all their players. They can go to all here and then say, oh, yeah, I'm going to look at the hands of all my players. Maybe they have a DB that's got great hands and they want to try him out as receiver. Well, you can do that on this page. But how do I change this so you can sort them or view easily their stats? So I'm wondering if I want to change the layout for viewing, compare stats or compare whatever, and then have a way to do that, like turn it into a one-line thing and you can scroll through them, shrink the boxes to where it's smaller, or just show their images. I don't know, something. I got to come up with a way to easily view their individual skills one-to-one against each other. No, I mean, it's a lot, but not complicated. It's certainly not a lot. It's certainly not nearly as much as some of these other management games are doing. Some of them go really far into the weeds. Okay, I'm trying to pick a middle ground. I want my game to be a full-on manager that qualifies like Front Office Football or Gridiron.org or even like the program on the phone or Football Manager on the phone. But Football Manager and all those other ones I mentioned, other than the program, which is a college game, have dozens and dozens of pages of stuff and just so many stats and things. And I'm just like, it's too much. I don't want it to have all that. So I'm aiming for something more in the middle, where I give you all the stuff you need to run a game, to build your players, to know who you're getting, what they can do, but not worry so much about things like where did they go to college, how many times can they bench press 225, which is actually one of the things, you know. No, not an RPG. I mean, as a GM, it's like an RPG. You are role playing a GM, but not RPG like there's going to be a dude running around, walking through the world and conquering other teams. Not like that kind of role playing game, but you are playing a GM, but no, it's more like you'd have to look at those other games that I'm comparing to. When I ever mention front office football, football GM, there's a. Let's see if I go. Oh, here it is. Let's see. Okay, so I have this. I have this. So this is one of them. Red Zone, redzoneaction.org. Okay, so if I'm trying to see if I can see some images on here, so you can kind of see what this one does. How do I have to log in? I thought I have it. I think I have an account. Oh, I thought I did. All right, well, I don't want to do that right now. Okay, so see, here's the problem with this game. It's playing football, but they call them things like friendlies. This is a guy who apparently plays soccer but likes American football, because he calls things like, there's like pitches and friendlies and all this stuff that is all soccer. Kind of drives me nuts. I go, if you're going to do American football, do American terminology. Okay, so let's see what kind. This game will let you watch, I think. Oh, is it actually going? Jeez, okay. What can I watch? Can I pick up the speed? Oh, okay. So this is how this game does it. It actually puts in, oh, look, it actually puts the formations down. That's kind of cool. That's more than a lot of these games that don't even do that. And I don't know to what extent this game is actually running these plays. But it's actually running. It runs the game. A lot of them are just lines. So if you were to look at this one, and you can watch these teams kind of run their plays. I don't know what it's going to do, if they're just going to adjust to the new. Oh, okay. So it just shows the formation and then just shifts them over and wherever their new position is. So, but it's cool. It's showing you the formation. I don't know what all it's doing. It's kind of limited. So then you can go over to like some of these other games. This is one I definitely know I have a page on. This is gridiron.org. This is an online one. And the only reason I'm even going to these, because I want to show you a little bit of what the kind of stuff it has. So this one goes as far as to have wages, tickets, construction of your stadium. You can actually build your stadium, because you're trying to make more money. More money means being able to pay more for players and coaches and all that stuff, right? So you're doing a lot of stuff. Like here you get a certain amount of money to start, and you're able to buy coaches. This is your medical staff and your coach and your coaching team, and then these are your players and what they're rated. Your defense, your special teams. I don't even know what that is. Okay, this is just overall club history. See, they're matches. They're not even games. Why do they do that? Wow, look at that game. I was 45 to 48. I lost. Boo me. My next game is on the 14th. Now this game is one like a lot of these online games do a scheduling system. So you literally play once a week. See? 2/7, 2/14, 2/21, 2/28. So this games are going on once a week. I'll have my next game in a couple of days. And then let's see, what other stuff do they have here? So you have 1 week to do all of your changes, your adjustments. Put guys in, take guys out. You can adjust how your team plays, if they're attacking, defending, kicking, whatever you want to do. This one, I don't know of a lot of people who plays this one, honestly. I mean, you can have teams all over the world. See, that's one of the advantages to my game, since it's not real world based. I don't have to worry about creating locations for everywhere in the world. If I want people in Argentina to play, they can just play, because I don't have any American stateside teams. They're all fantasy teams, even though they're based off of real world NFL teams. Even though if you get your first team is just a random amalgamation of the players in the NFL. So it doesn't really matter where they're from. Now, I may eventually have options to create a league that's actual players as they were built. Like you can have a team of, the 2015 Denver Broncos and play them against all the other teams in the league and just run it your own way. But even though all the players are based off of real stats, they're actually going to be based off. They're gonna morph over time, because they're going to change their skills, change their stats. The next season they'll be different. The next season they'll be different. The next season they'll be different. Eventually, if whatever players are in your league that you drafted may have started with base stats from the NFL, they will have improved or changed according to your team and their success rates in the game, having and the real world having no effect on that. Typically, I also have a plan to do a special kind of league, but that's for another discussion. But anyway, so yeah, the ones that and then there's this one, which is Draft Day Sports, which I've heard is really popular. People really like this game, but you can see that some of these pages are insane. I mean, the stuff they put on some of these pages. Like, look at how many tabs they have here. And you click on it, and it's got... Okay, so that's a little bit better, easier to see. All right, so you got all these tabs up here, plus you got all these menus up here. And then... So this is their game, which is interesting. They actually put players on the field, too. I have watched one of these games, and they move really weird. It's like mine might move weird. I don't know how mine are going to look, but I hope they look. It's probably because this is so tiny, but they're kind of like, they don't move very. It's probably because it's a web game. That probably has a lot of an effect on why they move like that. It's probably just not very clean. But you can adjust quite a bit. They have like this level of detail, right? So personality. I want to put personality in. I don't know if it's going to be this extensive. Also, I don't know what, like... What is... Oh, is this the coach? Oh, he's the offensive coordinator. It kind of gives you what he does, I guess. So when you get him, this is kind of sort of information you'll have from mine too. I don't know how I'm going to lay that out yet. Haven't gotten to the coach. But the more popular one... Okay, so this is front office football. And... Oh, I can install it for free? Install it for free. I should install it for free just because I want to see what it looks like. But I don't think that's actually it. PC App Store. Oh, this is a review on it. hopefully I can submit my game to these people at some point. GM Games, they submit all the GM games, baseball, football, soccer, or whatever. But one of the things they mention on their thing here, they have 205 pages of stuff. Foreign franchises, front office football models, 1,100 metropolitan areas. 322 of those can have cities and franchises. Why did they model 1,100 if only 300 are useful? Team and league overview screens among nearly 200 screens. See, you want complicated? That's what this game is. They put a lot of stuff. And I don't know. I want my game to be a little simpler than that. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I know my game will be simpler than that. I want it to be more than most mobile phones. But one of the things that this game does not do is it does not have a mobile version. My game will be designed for mobile and PC. So there's that. My game's going to have a number of things that none of these games have. And I think that'll make it cooler. Front office football does lame simulations too. Actually, they all do lame simulations. I'm hoping mine is less lame. It's got to be less lame. Shouldn't be hard to do. Anyway, man, I've been on for 3 hours. It's time for me to call it. Go take a break. I will be back on later tonight.